Who are you? Keep this up and I'm calling the police. Samuel?
You're mine and only mine.
Mark, dump 2 million shares of CNBY.
Okay.
Tina, dump 2 million shares of XYG12.
Yes.
The document. GVXYG, all overweight.
Wow. Wow, yes. Pamela, with that trick, you'll make the person lose at least $10 billion. No wonder you're the youngest trader on Wynn Street.
Mark, I'll leave the rest to you. I'm going home tomorrow.
Why? You'll be the CEO of MG Conglomerate soon. You'll be our boss. You're giving up on the high pay-end position. Why?
Because of a man. I'm in his debt.
In the next 10 years, the Mason Group will provide scholarship of $1 billion, so top students from poor families can have a brighter future.
Wow, do you love him?
Sure. I've been married for 3 years. I was a stock trader. But now, I can only do chores. In the past 3 years, Samuel and I slept in separate rooms. He never touched me. But I'm not hideous.
Mrs. Mason, Mr. Mason wants to see you.
Samuel never wanted to see me before. Does he want to sleep with me? Samuel, you want to see me?
What took you so long? Who told you to dress like that? Say no more. I don't want to listen. Did you change the cover? Didn't you know? These files are confidential.
The cover was old. I said nothing to no one.
Pamela. Apart from these things, what else can you do? I want a wife, not a babysitter.
What's right? What's wrong? Since I'm not a babysitter, why won't you be intimate with me?
Why are you still here? Get out.
Samuel, can I spend the night here?
Pamela? When did you become so horny? You dress like this? Only to sleep with me?
We're married. Why can't I sleep with you?
Our marriage is nominal. Intimacy is excluded. In the contract.
Samuel, you only touched me a little. Does it sicken you like this? Since your endurance has reached its limit, what's the point of me staying? Maybe I should go.
Your mom is dead. You're a bastard. How dare you resist? Fight me again, and I'll starve you to death.
Sure enough, what happened back then impacts me deeply. It's been 20 years. I relapse every time I get intimate with a woman, Pamela. I owe you an explanation for ignoring you in the past 3 years. I want to tell you something. Nanny Lilia, why is it you? Where's Pamela?
Mrs. Mason has gone to her room. Mr. Mason, since you care about her, why don't you let her know?
It's none of your business. Wait, milk will help her sleep. Remember it.
Yes. Mrs. Mason. Here.
Thank you, Nanny Lilia.
Time for the milk.
Thank you, Nanny Lilia. You always remember my habit. You're the only one who cares about me and the Mason family.
Ms. Singh, I asked you to come here to talk about a deal.
Prenuptial agreement? But I sent a resume.
It's a 5-year contract. Your monthly allowance is $10 million in the 5 years. You must maintain the Mason family's dignity. Keep other men at arm's length. But you can't meddle with my business. When the contract expires, you can leave anytime.
May I ask? Why me?
You're gorgeous. Your family is simple. You're perfect to be Mrs. Mason.
If you can't accept my terms, forget what I said. If it's okay with you, you can sign the agreement now.
Samuel has sponsored many students. Why does he remember me? I meant to help him with his career. Unexpectedly, I became his nominal wife. Fine, I'll do it to repay him. Okay, I'm in. You're reminding me that we're only a nominal couple, right? Time to stop daydreaming. It'll only hurt me more. Shirley.
Pamela, you and Samuel have been married for 3 years. Look at your belly. Why aren't you pregnant yet?
Yes. Pamela, you and Samuel must try harder.
We never slept together. A glance at me disgusts him, let alone having babies. But it's embarrassing. How can I tell you that?
Surely, Pamela. I must say this. If you're barren, well, what's the difference between you and a hen that doesn't lay eggs? You better give the title to someone else. Hey, Mom, let's not count on her. I hear that Cheryl is coming back. Then, she and Samuel can resume their relationship.
Really? Cheryl is coming back? Alas, when Samuel got married, she went to Ponley heartbroken. Now, she's coming back. It's... Pamela, don't overthink. I'm only saying it. You're young. Try harder with Samuel. You'll be pregnant.
Yes.
Speaking of the devil, look who's calling me. Hello, Cheryl. Without a successor, Samuel can't keep his position. Rest assured.
Samuel, without a child, you can't manage the company smoothly. This is the last thing I'll do for you. From today on, we're even...
Are you Mrs. Mason?
You know me?
Mr. Mason asked us to inform him if you came, but you never came.
Does Samuel care about me? Hey, let's just keep this to ourselves for now, shall we?
Oh, I get it. It's a surprise, right?
Samuel, hey, it's been 3 years. Do you miss me at all?
Miss Webb, whatever was between us is long over, you know. Out of consideration for our past relationship, I'll give you a bit of face and advise you not to waste your efforts.
Samuel, you haven't had a woman around you for years. Rumor has it that you like men. Well, how am I supposed to face your late parents and give them an account of this? You and Cheryl have been childhood friends since forever, and our Mason family has been close with Carson Group for generations. You two would be a perfect match for each other.
Isn't my marriage just a pawn to further the Mason family's connections? That's just ridiculous.
Hey, Samuel.
You don't even have the right to interfere in my life.
Hey, why are you still as cold as you were 3 years ago? But I've got some good news that you'll be interested in.
I'll give you 10 seconds.
I've found a way to cure your secret illness.
What secret illness? I don't understand what you're talking about.
3 years ago, I heard from your assistant that it wasn't that you didn't like me, but that your childhood experiences had caused some shadows. It caused you to have trouble getting close to women. So I went abroad to find a way to help you with that. You don't even know how hard I've been waiting.
If you dare to lie to me, I'll make you disappear completely. All right, spill it. What do you want?
She's Cheryl Webb, the heiress of Carson Group. No wonder you told the receptionist to notify you whenever I come. You were afraid I'd find out, huh?
I remember you, the wife in name only of Samuel. Didn't you end up as a maid in the Mason family?
Do you know me, Miss Webb?
With your looks, how could you possibly be a match for Samuel? But you won't be able to hold that position for long, either. Pretty soon, there'll be a new Mrs. Mason. Hey, what's that look on your face? You're not gonna cry, are you? To tell you the truth, in Mason's heart, you're not even worth a strand of my hair. He only cares about me.
Miss Webb, you're really overestimating yourself, aren't you?
What? You don't believe me? Well, I'll prove it to you then. Oh. Samuel, I just happened to be passing by, and Pamela pushed me, but I'm fine. Don't blame her.
Did you push her?
I didn't. It was her.
Forget it, Samuel. It must be that I didn't do something well enough.
Apologize to Miss Webb.
I didn't do anything wrong, so why should I apologize? Is she that important to you in your heart? So our 3 years of relationship means nothing to you?
Apologize, please.
Apologize.
I'm sorry. Miss Webb, I shouldn't have pushed you.
Thaddeus,
I'm here.
take Miss Webb away, please.
Please, Miss Webb.
You, come with me.
Don't be too upset. The Mason family values the baby in belly the most. Bye.
What brings you here?
I came to bring you some food.
You seem to really enjoy being a nanny like this, huh?
I won't do it like that anymore from now on. Samuel, I know you're not in a great situation at the Mason family and need a child to solidify your position. If you're not willing to share a room with me, then
Are you trying to interfere in my life? By investigating so thoroughly?
I didn't mean it that way. What I'm saying is, we could try IVF.
Are you trying to have a child? To solidify your position in the Mason family, huh?
Isn't it normal for us, as a married couple, to have kids? Don't worry, medical technology is very advanced now. You don't have to have any concerns. As long as you actively cooperate with the treatment, you'll definitely get better.
I'm in perfectly good health. There's no problem with me in that area. Pamela Singh, are you only interested in matters between men and women all day long? Don't you have anything else to focus on?
Since you're physically fine and already have someone you're emotionally connected with, why did you marry me in the first place?
I still have work to do. So you can go out first.
You're gonna get annoyed if I say just one more sentence, huh? What about Cheryl Webb? You have endless things to talk about with her?
Cheryl Webb? Oh, it's her. I don't have any relationship with her. And even if you don't have a child, the money that's supposed to be given to you won't be any less. As for other things, don't even bother dreaming about them. Thaddeus, escort that person out.
Delusions? What do you mean by delusions? Samuel Mason, no matter how humble I am, you still treat me like I'm invisible, huh? This is your attitude towards marriage? Then let's not continue with it.
Take the food with you.
Boss, why is Mrs. Mason crying again?
You seem pretty relaxed. Taking your sweet time to come in this late.
You just told me to escort Miss Webb, and I just got back.
Tell Miss Webb that. If she dares to say one more word in front of Mrs. Mason, our cooperation is over.
Yes. Boss, this food will just go to waste if we throw it away. How about I take it and eat it?
You also deserve
Oh, men, they really say one thing and mean another, huh?
You don't want this month's bonus, do you?
Sorry, let me get you a glass of water.
Let's meet up in person.
Has anyone ever had a mistress come directly to their door and a wife who's such a pushover? What does Miss Webb want with me?
Pamela, stop pretending to be confused. You know perfectly well that Brother Samuel loves me, but you still shamelessly stick around him. How embarrassing.
Miss Webb, what kind of position do you think you're in to say this to me? Are you the mistress trying to ruin someone else's marriage?
A mistress. Only someone who isn't loved is called a mistress. You've been married for 3 years and haven't had any physical relationship? Can you still call yourselves a couple?
How do you know?
Of course it was Samuel who told me while we were in bed. He doesn't like you at all. He even feels gross just touching you. Oh. You saw that, huh? Sorry, he's really something. I told him to be gentle, but he just wouldn't listen.
Samuel Mason, you wouldn't even touch me, but you turned around and had sex with another woman? Don't need to go into the details about what happened in bed.
You can't even bear to hear this much. Guess what Samuel said about you in front of me? He said you shamelessly seduce him like you've never seen a man before, and it makes him feel sick. You...
What, aren't you and Samuel Mason in love? Go tell him and complain about me. Shut up. I'm slapping a lowly mistress like you for all the women in the world. Samuel Mason, let's just leave it at that, regardless of whether she's telling the truth or not.
Are you serious about wanting a divorce? You're not mistaken, are you?
I'll be at the office. Right away. Let's talk about it.
You got here pretty quick.
Mr. Mason, you can start looking for a divorce lawyer now. Don't worry. I just want to terminate the contract. I don't want a single penny of your money.
You haven't forgotten, right? Our contract is for 5 years. And it's only been 3 years now.
Mr. Mason, you've already found your next wife. If I don't step down now, would you have Miss Lou wait for another 2 years?
Is it because of Cheryl Webb again? That you're mentioning divorce to me? When did you become so jealous?
Jealous? You're calling me jealous? You've already slept with her. We've been married for 3 years, and you haven't even touched me. I'm your wife.
You want me to sleep with you, huh? All right, fine. As you wish.
What are you going to do?
I really didn't expect you to be so thirsty for some action. Just say it earlier. As your husband, I should have satisfied you anyway.
Ouch.
You envy Cheryl Webb, huh? Well, let me give you a taste of what it's like to be with a man. Just grit your teeth and bear it.
Samuel Mason, do you think of me as just a toy?
Isn't this what you wanted? Pamela Singh? Why the hell are you pretending to be so holy?
Samuel Mason, you're truly a monster. I feel so foolish. Or ever having had fun, realistic fantasies about you. It's completely over between us.
Sir, the lady is packing her things. It looks like she's planning to move out. Please come back quickly and stop her.
I got it.
Nanny Lilia?
Hey,
Have you seen my beige windbreaker?
a beige coat? Which beige coat are you talking about?
This one right here.
I think it's in the dry cleaning room. Go and look for it there.
I just went to the dry cleaning room and it's not there.
I'll help you look for it here while you check other places.
All right, this one. I'll go and check there.
Mr. Mason, are you really not going to appease your wife? If I were you, I'd say you should appease her a bit. Once she's happy, she'll forgive you, won't she?
I didn't do anything wrong. Why should I ask for her forgiveness? Are you bored out of your mind? Have you finished the project plan for the north of the city?
I'll go do it now.
Sorry, the user you are calling is temporarily unavailable.
Madame, we haven't found the clothes yet.
Samuel Mason, the only piece of clothing you ever gave me is lost. Maybe it's really over between us. Don't look for it anymore. I don't need the clothes.
Where are you going then?
Nanny Lilia, I'm moving out.
Look how things have turned out. I've already called Sir. Please wait for him to come back before making any decisions. Just wait a bit. It won't hurt to wait for a while.
Samuel Mason, will you really show up?
Who made this plan? Call the supervisor over here.
Mr. Mason, this plan has been revised according to your requirements, and it's already the third version.
It's even worse than the first version. Ask them to redo it. Why is it still so hot in the house? After paying so much for electricity.
All right. I'll turn it down a bit.
Who swapped this chair for me? It's so uncomfortable. Get it changed right away.
Boss, this has always been this chair, and I haven't heard any complaints from you before. All right. I'll have someone change it. Hey, come on. Someone come over and change this chair. Boss, this one.
Nobody knows how to do anything right. Just get out.
Leave.
Thaddeus,
Yes.
prepare the car.
Boss, are we going home? I got it.
Nanny Lilia. We might not see each other again in the future. Thank you for taking care of me these past 3 years.
Madam, could you leave your address? When the clothes are found, I'll send them over to you. Since I can't find any paper right now, let me write it down here. I found this useless document on the young master's desk. You can write on it.
Okay. Is there really something wrong with Samuel Mason's body since he doesn't touch me?
The sir is back.
Hello, this is Mount Sea Express. May I speak to Miss Pamela Singh? Here's your package. Please sign for it.
There's no need to keep those matching pajamas. We bought as a couple anymore. No need. Just help me return it.
Oh, okay.
3 years, and I didn't even know there was something wrong with your body. It's really ridiculous. Nanny Lilia, here's the address of my apartment. Just send the clothes here once you find them.
Okay.
I'm leaving now.
Sir, you're finally back. Madam is insisting on leaving, and I can't stop her.
She doesn't have any means of making a living. Where else can she go? If she leaves the Mason family, just ignore her. She'll come back when she's run out of money.
This is what Madam left for you.
Just throw it away.
You should really take a look. It's very important.
Pamela Singh, who do you think you are to mention divorce to me?
Sir, there's still some text on the last page.
Hey, kids. I'm here.
Pamela, you haven't come to see us for so long.
I'm sorry, Nora. I brought you some toys. Is that okay? All right, let's go play with the toys. I'll carry you over.
SpongeBob is so cute.
Let's go.
Mr. Mason, all the amusement facilities outside have been completely renewed. They'll be ready for use in a few days.
Mr. Mason, thank you for your support, so that these children can also have such a great environment. If I may ask, there are so many orphanages. Why did you choose us?
If she hadn't taken me in back then, I might have starved to death. Our Mason group has always been involved in charity work. Oh, right. Take a closer look. Are you sure you don't remember this girl?
You go out and play.
Why are you here alone? My mom is gone, and my dad doesn't care about me. I was bullied and kicked out by a mean woman. I saved this from my lunch for you to eat. What is this? It tastes so bad. I've never eaten something so disgusting before. I gave you something to eat and you still complain that it tastes bad. I'm not playing with you anymore. Don't leave. We have lots of delicious food at home. Come back with me and I'll take you to eat. You can't even afford a meal, yet you're still talking big. Our director is really kind. I'll take you inside.
Samuel, sir has sent me to pick you up and take you back home.
No, I'm not going back. I don't want to live with that mean woman. Don't cry. You can come and play with me when you miss me. How about we take a photo together so you can always remember me? Uh-huh. We promise to be best friends forever. Let's take a photo together.
Mr. Mason? You've asked me this many times already. There were so many children in the orphanage back then, and this photo isn't very clear. I really can't remember who it is. You can take a seat here for a while. I need to go and take care of something first.
Ms. Lee.
Pamela, you're finally back.
Sorry, I've been really busy these past 3 years. I'll come over more often from now on. Oh. By the way, I have 10 million here. Take it.
This one, you keep it yourself.
You think it's too little, huh?
How could that be? This year, thanks to your support for our orphanage. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to keep it up.
Ms. Lee, I grew up in an orphanage. This is my home. As long as I have the ability, I will definitely continue to support it.
Pamela, you stay here and play with the younger kids for a while. I'll go out and take care of some things.
All right, take your time. Okay, great. Take it slow, Nora. Take it easy. Are you okay, Nora? Take it slow.
Ouch, it hurts.
I have a solution. I'll draw a pain-relieving flower for Nora. Okay, now it won't hurt anymore.
You're lying. It still hurts.
It still hurts a lot, huh?
With this pain-relieving flower, it won't hurt when those mean women hit you anymore. You're lying. It still hurts.
How could Pamela draw a pain-relieving flower? Could she be the girl I've been looking for? Who taught you how to draw this?
Why is Mr. Mason suddenly concerned about me? Is it any of your business? Come on, Nora.
This woman is really unreasonable.
I checked Mrs.'s bank statements. It seems like she's been making donations to this orphanage.
Pamela, so the money I gave you, you donated it all to the orphanage? It seems like I still don't know you enough. Come to my office. Let's talk.
Catch up with you. In half an hour, mate.
Had enough of this drama over the past few days? When are you moving back?
Since we both can't stand each other, why do we need to live under the same roof? Mr. Mason, let's get a divorce.
All right. If you're really set on getting a divorce, according to the contract, you'll have to pay $1 billion in compensation. Since you enjoy cleaning, you could try working as a cleaner or something like that, with a monthly salary of $5,000. Let's just say it'll take you 10,000 years to make a big deal out of it.
Shameless dude.
Hey, bro and sis-in-law, did you guys have a fight? Pamela, if you're looking for a job, why don't you come work for me? I'm actually in need of an assistant.
Jeffrey, is that the multi-billion contract project with MG Group you're holding? She is just a cleaning lady. Do you really think she's got the brains to handle such a high-tech, cutting-edge job?
Samuel Mason, am I really good for nothing in your eyes?
Samuel, I trust Pamela. A woman who's become Mrs. Mason? How could she be incompetent? Just give her a chance, will you?
MG Group hasn't got any partner in China yet, huh? If you want to laugh at her, I'm fine with it.
If I can land this order, I'm asking for a 1% commission, which is $1 billion. Mr. Mason, you're not going to be stingy about it, are you?
Sure thing, Samuel. If we can get that MG Group partnership, $1 billion for the commission is definitely not too much.
Pamela Singh, you don't really think getting a project from the MG conglomerate is that easy, do you?
In your eyes, am I just a woman who worships money above all else? For money, I can endure a 3-year, sexless marriage, like a widow in my prime.
You?
All right, Samuel. Let me take Pamela to her workstation and check it out. Let's go.
Mr. Mason, you asked for me? The Mr. Jeffrey and lady have a great relationship, huh? I had a really good chat with them.
How much do you make a month now?
Mr. Mason, after all these years of hard work in the company, you're finally going to give me a raise, huh?
Next month, it's going to be half.
Pamela?
Mr. Jeffrey, how did you dare to agree so quickly just now? Aren't you worried that I might not be capable enough?
We're family. Of course I trust you unconditionally. Plus, I see that your major is also related to finance. If we can really make this cooperation happen, it'll be greatly beneficial for the company. Even if it doesn't work out, I won't lose anything.
Don't worry, Mr. Jeffrey. I'll definitely give it my all.
All right. Calling you Mr. Jeffrey is a bit too formal. From now on, just call me Jeffrey. Taking on the collaboration with the MG conglomerate, it seems Pamela isn't as simple as she appears on the surface. This move was definitely the right one.
Nanny Lilia.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, did we change the chef recently? Why is the food so terrible?
The previous dishes were all made by Lady. She learned a lot of different cooking styles just to cater to your taste.
All of them? She made them all? That's right. Today's dishes are pretty good.
And this fish is amazing too. You should try it.
Has Lady not been back these past few days?
She hasn't been back since she moved out.
All right, I got it. You can go now.
Okay.
Nanny Lilia, isn't the coffee ready yet? I don't need coffee.
Just try it. I told you it was good, didn't I? If you want to drink it again, I'll make it for you every day.
This tastes terrible. Where were you? Last night? Is this how you fulfill your duties as Mrs. Mason?
Mr. Mason, if you're calling to question me, then there's really nothing to talk about.
Wait a minute, Duke. Do you think the Mason family is a hotel? Where you can come and go as you please?
I already formally filed for divorce with you. It's you who didn't take it seriously.
All right. Then it's $1 billion in liquidated damages.
Don't worry. Once the MG order contract is finalized, I'll give it to you.
Is the MG order so easy to get? Or are you counting on Jeffrey Mason to help you? Oh, yeah. He just came back from abroad and picked you as his assistant. Wow. So you really do have something going on with him, huh?
What does my divorce have to do with him? Do you have a problem with your brain?
Sorry, the number you dialed.
How dare you hang up on me? Nanny Lilia, come here for a second. Has she been in touch with any other men lately?
You mean Lady? I haven't seen her in contact with anyone else. Okay. Oh yeah, lately, I've often seen her crying secretly.
All right, go ahead, O. Help me find out where she is.
Who is she?
Who else could it be? Don't you want your job anymore, huh?
I can do it. I can do it. I'll go check right now.
Hey, wait a minute. I heard you're really good at making women happy. If I were to give a gift to a woman, I mean, hypothetically, what would be a good choice?
Are you planning to give it to Lady?
Did I ask for your opinion?
As for the gift, let me think about it. Oh yeah, recently Vanya launched a new product, that butterfly necklace. They all love it.
All right then, this one. Get it to me within half an hour.
Mr. Mason, are you crazy? It's already 11 o'clock now.
You're right, it's really late. But I need it here in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Is there a problem?
No problem. Mr. Mason, I've sent you the address. This is the gift. If there's nothing else, I'll take my leave now.
Hold on, there's something. You drive.
Isn't it, boss? Working overtime again?
Any problem?
What I meant was, wouldn't it be better if you went straight to Lady and cleared up the misunderstanding?
Pamela, we've had this misunderstanding for too long. It's time to set things straight.
Boss, please.
Who is it? Samuel Mason, is that you? Jeffrey, what brings you here?
Hey, Pamela. Sorry for disturbing you so late. And I have an important document here that needs your signature.
How about tomorrow? It's kind of late today.
I'm afraid that won't work. We have an 8-hour time difference with the MG group.
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, come in then. Your shoes are on the shelf.
Hey, Pamela. Could you take a look at this first? Oh, by the way, Pamela, why did you suddenly move out?
Your brother and I are getting a divorce. Hey, keep this to yourself for now. I don't want anyone else to know.
Pamela, if Samuel treats you badly, you can tell me. I'll help you out.
Shouldn't you be taking your brother's side?
We're all family. There's no need to pick sides. Of course, I hope everything will be harmonious and beautiful for you guys.
These shoes? Could it be Jeffrey? Jeffrey, where are you at?
Samuel? Oh, I'm with my girlfriend right now, and we're just about to go to bed.
I didn't know you had a girlfriend. When did this happen?
We just started dating recently, and I haven't had a chance to mention it yet. Anything else?
Just nothing. I was just asking casually. No wonder you wanted a divorce. You were really hooking up with Jeffrey. It's almost midnight, and you two still can't bear to separate, huh?
Jeffrey, how can you say that?
My brother's a workaholic. If I didn't say that, he'd assign me more work. Oh, actually, I don't have a girlfriend yet.
You're so great. I'll definitely introduce you to my girlfriend in the future. All right, it's really late. Let me walk you down.
Oh, by the way, don't tell my brother I was here. He's a pretty suspicious person.
I'm afraid his mind is completely on Cheryl Webb. He wouldn't even think about me. Come on, let me walk you out.
Mr. Mason, you're out so soon? That was quick.
Your next month's salary is gone.
Mr. Mason, we're both men here. How can I possibly deserve this? How's Mrs. Mason doing?
She's doing fine, but I'm not.
Ah.
What a terrible gift. You picked it. You keep it.
Samuel, how come he's here?
Wow, I never would have guessed, Samuel Mason. You're into both guys and girls? Didn't catch that disease from that, did you?
Pamela, I really didn't know about his thing with Thaddeus. Pamela, there must be some kind of misunderstanding going on here.
We're already getting a divorce, so it doesn't matter to me if he likes men or women.
You're on your own for that.
Oh no, Mr. Mason.
Don't tell anyone about what happened tonight.
Hey, Mr. Mason, let me take you back home.
Stay here and reflect on yourself. I'll drive myself home.
Oh no, Mr. Mason, what do you mean? Mr. Mason, hey, Mr. Mason, Mr. Mason, it's over 30 kilometers. How am I going to get back? Don't dock my pay if I'm late tomorrow. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? You're acting like you're sick or something.
Wow, Skylar, you got here so fast.
As soon as I got your message, I came over. Pamela, you finally come to your senses.
Yeah, 3 years is enough to completely give up on someone. Oh, by the way, Skylar, I found out he's into both guys and girls.
That's just gross. I've always had a bad feeling about him. Remember when you and I had a huge fight because you wanted to marry him? Now look at you. You've turned into a housewife, cooking and cleaning for him. Has he ever shown you any gratitude or appreciation for what you've done for him? Has he?
Don't say that. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be where I am today. Even though we're divorced now, at the end of the day, I still feel like I owe him something.
Look at you, bowing and scraping like that. You're completely different from the person who was making waves on Wynn Street back then.
All right, let's not talk about it anymore. I'm still working at his company right now.
You've already moved out, but you're still mixing with him. With your abilities, you could totally be a partner at my company.
Sure, Mr. Lin. Could you advance me $1 billion to pay off the penalty?
He actually asked you for a penalty? What a jerk. 2 years ago, when the Mason family was having trouble with their cash flow, it was you who secretly helped them get through it. Now look at you. You're even paying him money out of your own pocket.
Don't be mad. I never expected married life to be like this. Don't worry, though. When I finish the project I'm working on, I'll get a bonus of $1 billion. I was working overtime until midnight last night.
Oh. Come on, you're an elite of Wynn Street. This little bit of money is nothing to you. Hey, by the way, I've drafted an agreement for you. Let's get the divorce sorted first, and you can pay the penalty in installments. Don't let me down this time.
Don't worry. This time, there's absolutely no chance for me and him. Mr. Mason, let's sign the divorce agreement.
You can't wait. Huh?
I've been your shield for too long. It's time for me to move on.
What are you talking about? The reason for the divorce is that we don't have a sexual life. Hey, you go out first, okay?
Oh, all right.
This person dates both men and women and has caught a sexually transmitted disease. What? What are you thinking about?
I already saw you put a necklace on Thaddeus.
I was just so pissed off by you. Pissed off, I tell you.
You don't want to admit it, huh? Well then, how do you explain this medical record from the reproductive department? And you deliberately tore it in half. Afraid that I'd find out?
You actually went through my stuff?
Yeah, if I hadn't gone through it, I wouldn't have known how long. You've been lying to me.
It's not what you think it is.
Go ahead and make up something. I'm listening.
Well, what about you? Bringing your lover to the apartment. What else do you have to say for yourself?
Oh, so he saw Jeffrey Mason. So it's okay for Mr. Mason to have an affair while married, but it's not okay for me to meet other men. And about the breach of contract penalty, I'm already giving it to you. So even if I look for someone else, it's perfectly reasonable and soon to be legal.
Okay. Jeffrey Mason is your backup plan, huh? Don't blame me if I didn't warn you. He's not as honest as he looks. You better not regret it.
Well, Mr. Mason, you don't have to worry about it. I'll pay you every penny of the breach of contract penalty.
Skylar Lynn. His consulting fee isn't cheap. Do you have that much money? Pamela Singh? Wow, you've got some skills in seducing men, huh? First, it was the Jeffrey Mason. And now there's this elite lawyer popping up. Do you have enough time for all this? Or should you both handle it together?
Samuel Mason. Not everyone has as dirty thoughts as you do. You've been giving me the evil eye. So just sign it.
Dirty? You're so noble. And not dirty, huh?
Hey, coming to look for Samuel again? Why are you always like a shadow, sticking to Samuel like glue?
Only you treat Samuel Mason like a treasure. Just go home and hug your rotten cabbage. Like him and enjoy it, huh? Move out of my spot.
Let me tell you, someone like you from the countryside should just stay home and wipe tables. Do you even understand what goes on in the company? Hey everyone, take a look at this person. They're actually brazen enough to have taken on the MG Conglomerates project.
Mrs. Mason, do you even know anything about finance? How did you end up taking on the MG project?
Her? She doesn't know anything about it. She only got into Mr. Jeffrey's project team because of her status.
In my opinion, Miss Webb is the best. Both her family background and abilities make her a perfect match for Mr. Mason. If it weren't for her going abroad, this person wouldn't even have the qualification to step into the Mason family's door.
Did you hear me clearly? I suggest you get a clear understanding of your place and get out of the Mason family as soon as possible.
It's not up to Miss Webb to decide whether I leave or not, right? If Samuel Mason really wanted to marry you, he would have found 1,001 ways to do it. But he hasn't made any moves so far, huh? You think he's hesitant to let me go? Or he just doesn't love you at all?
You're talking nonsense.
Miss Webb, when the Mason family was facing a financial crisis, you chose to leave to protect yourself, didn't you? Now you want to sit back. In the position of Mrs. Mason, you really have a thick skin.
People always strive for better things. What's wrong with that?
So, you're not really in love with Samuel Mason? You just admire his family background, huh?
Things are different now. Only by partnering with me and leveraging the connections of the Webb family can Samuel have better development, even cooperating with the MG conglomerate. And what can you contribute to that?
Since I've taken on the MG project, I have my own way to handle it. I don't think I need to report that to Miss Webb, do I?
Really? But I heard that so far, MG hasn't shown any intention of cooperating. Hey, if you really have some tricks up your sleeve, why don't you show us and blow our minds, huh?
Mark, hey, can you follow up on the collaboration between the Masons Group and MG?
Okay, boss. It's been 3 years. Finally, you called me. Anything you say, I'll definitely do it.
Pamela Singh, did I hear that right? You're giving orders to the CEO of MG Group? Do you know his status on Wynn Street?
Oh yeah, my right-hand man.
Boss, do you really need to explain yourself to these ignorant people, given your status?
Pamela Singh? Are you losing your mind or something? You think just hiring some foreigner to speak a few words will fool everyone, huh?
Believe it or not, it's up to you. MG will have a response in 5 minutes, trust me.
All right, I'll see what kind of tricks you have up your sleeve.
She's so confident. She must have some plan, huh?
Do you really think she can help the Mason Group?
All right, 5 minutes are up. What's the move from MG?
MG?
What's the rush? Why are you so flustered?
MG replied to the email.
Are you guys making so much noise? Don't you have work to do?
Hi, Boss Mason.
Samuel, your little wife says she has a way to facilitate the MG collaboration. Everyone's really curious about it.
So, if I can't make the deal, Miss Webb can? MG already replied to the email. We'll just have to see if it's a yes or a no, won't we?
All right then. Why don't you, the colleague here, read out the email for us?
MG said, they currently have no intention of collaborating.
I told you. How could it be possible? I heard she's an orphan, and her school fees are sponsored. Probably can't even understand English emails, huh? Haha.
Yeah, right. If she can pull off a deal with MG, I guess, I could be the CEO's wife too. Most likely. She's just trying to fake it, huh?
It said that she was supported by some old man, but who knows if it's a sponsor or a sugar daddy. While Miss Webb was away, she even hooked up with Mr. Mason. She really never changes her stripes, huh?
What's going on here? Didn't Mark make it clear? Why don't we wait a little longer?
Why bother pretending when you know you'll never get it done? No matter how long you wait, if you ask me, if it weren't for the Mason Group title, they probably wouldn't even reply to the email, huh?
How long are you going to keep embarrassing yourself? You're not going to close a deal with the MG conglomerate. Come home with me. This farce needs to end.
Oh no, I made a mistake. This email is from yesterday. The latest email says that the MG conglomerate is interested in collaborating.
What? What did MG say?
MG said they're very interested and asked us to provide a detailed proposal.
This can't be a coincidence. How could she possibly have such abilities?
Luck is also a kind of ability. You know? Mr. Mason, don't you think so?
Mrs. Mason does have experience studying overseas, but I haven't heard of her having connections in this area, though. Oh no, you just missed another chance to pick up Mrs. Mason.
Pamela Singh, you've really kept it under wraps, huh? Jeffrey Mason and Skylar Lynn. Who's this time? How many men are actually backing you up?
Samuel, look at her.
Miss Webb, if you want to spread your wings, you can open a hotel room with Samuel. Mr. Mason, if I'm not mistaken, this is a place of work, right?
You two, who were just gossiping Leone, don't come tomorrow. Go to the finance department and settle your pay.
Samuel.
And you, Cheryl Webb, stay out of my family business in the future.
Don't worry about my family business.
Samuel, I'll show you her true colors. Now, I want this person dead.
Hey, Pamela Singh, right? Someone's paying to have you killed. Be sensible, otherwise...
Hey, why are you calling the police?
Oh no.
Who hired you guys? I can double, though, the price. No, 10 times.
You don't need to know that. Just know that you're in big trouble now.
Hey, buddy. I see this chick's got some looks. How about we, take her aside first, bros? Ha 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 ha.
Hey, security guard.
Damn.
Bitch, you dare hit me? I'll deal with you right now. Is it okay if I go first? No problem, right?
No problem.
Hold her down for me.
Let me go.
Stop it! Let's go.
Oh shit!
Samuel Mason. How are you doing?
Run, you!
Samuel Mason. Samuel, are you okay? You all right?
Come home with me.
You don't think just because you saved my life, we can just forget about all our past grievances, do you?
We're not divorced yet. We're still legally married. So, come back with me.
As long as I secure the MG order, I'll say divorce and we'll divorce.
Pamela, I know you're still mad at me.
Move. You're so heavy. These people are just actors you hired, right? Samuel Mason, will you ever stop? Samuel Mason. Hey, Thaddeus. Samuel Mason fainted.
That hit was in a really dangerous spot. If it had been just a centimeter higher, it could have been life-threatening.
Thanks, Doc. Madam, I'll look into this matter thoroughly. I'm leaving it up to you. I'm leaving now.
So, you still care about me a little bit, right? I haven't seen you working out. How come you're in such great shape? I didn't expect you to be such a jealous type, but I really don't have anything to do with Jeffrey Mason.
Are you finished touching?
When did you wake up?
If I didn't wake up, you'd have touched me all over.
Don't get the wrong idea. I just wanted to check if there are any other injuries on your body.
I injured my head. Do I really need to take off my clothes for a check? I'm asking you, what's your real relationship with Jeffrey Mason?
I said you wouldn't believe me.
But I'll believe you, no matter what you say.
Madam, today is your and Sir's third wedding anniversary. This is a gift the young master bought for you.
So he's always kept this day in mind. What am I really expecting? It's all just arranged by the servants. How could the high and mighty Samuel Mason ever do these things himself?
We were really scared today. Fortunately, the seer is okay now that you've reconciled. It's time to enjoy yourselves a bit. All right, I'll let you go then.
Wow, this flower that Nanny Lilia gave us smells so good. Hey, it looks like there's...
Nanny Lilia is so kind to me. She prepares flowers for me every year.
Turns out, she's been saving all the flowers I gave her every year. She didn't hate my gifts. She just never opened them. I misunderstood her.
Hey, keep an eye on your wound. I'm gonna take off now. You're still injured. Let me go.
I really don't like guys. If you're still unsure, I can go to the hospital for a checkup.
I don't have it.
Well, then it's settled.
You're not puking anymore, huh?
Who told you that I puked when kissing?
Mr. Mason. Hey.
You guys, continue talking. I'm gonna take off first.
Mr. Mason.
You better have something important.
Mr. Mason. The thug who hurt Mrs. Mason was bribed by someone.
Who did it?
Miss Webb. She gave those thug money to rape lady and then have her killed. Those thugs were afraid of getting into some trouble. But Miss Webb said it was okay to do whatever they wanted and she'd take the responsibility if anything happened.
Anyway.
You don't care about Mrs. Mason anyway. What should we do now? Should we just call the police?
We can't make any moves on Cheryl Webb right now. Let's not call the police yet.
You're almost dead, yet you still want to protect Cheryl Webb? Is she that important to you? And what about the warmth just now? Was it just a whim?
Oh, Mrs. Mason.
Mr. Mason, are you crazy? Your relationship with Mrs. Mason is just starting to get better. Why are you still thinking about Miss Webb?
What are you thinking? She has the treatment for my illness, and we can't go to her now. When everything is over, I'll settle both, the old and new scores.
She really found it? I was just saying it casually at that time.
I didn't realize you were such a chatterbox before.
Sir, lady just ran out sadly. Did you two have a fight again?
The number you dialed is powered off.
Mr. Mason, you've done so much for Mrs. Mason. Why don't you just tell her straightforwardly? Keeping things hidden isn't much fun, right?
Wow, you're really talking a lot today. Don't you want your bonus anymore? You take care of the matter with Cheryl Webb first.
Okay.
Yesterday, Mrs. Mason was in danger, and I heard the perpetrator was caught. But in the end, for some reason, they decided not to pursue it further.
Shh.
Don't be so reckless. Fighting over jealousy among the wealthy isn't something we should be concerned about. Just do your job, okay?
Pamela Singh, you're really lucky to be alive. If it weren't for Mr. Mason saving you, would you be sitting here safely now?
You have a big courage to hire someone to kill and dare to come to the door for trouble. Don't you be afraid that I will call the police?
So what if you call the police? It doesn't matter. Even if Mr. Mason knows it was me. After all, he cares more about me. You know that too, don't you?
Too bad. No matter how much Mr. Mason dotes on you, Mrs. Mason is still me. As long as I am not leaving the Mason family, you will always be a mistress who cannot see the light of day.
You. Samuel, I didn't mean it. Did you get burned?
Come to my office.
Samuel Mason, wow, you really didn't blame Cheryl Webb, even after you got scalded by hot water. That's some deep and genuine affection, huh?
Here comes Miss Webb again.
Sorry about that.
Pamela, although my brother and Miss Webb grew up together, they lost touch after she went abroad. There's no feelings left between them anymore. Don't take it to heart.
Jeffrey, you don't have to explain for him either. I've been married to Samuel Mason for 3 years, and I know pretty well how much he truly cares about me.
Samuel, let me check if you've been burned.
Cheryl Webb. I already told you not to lay a finger on her. How dare you?
She doesn't know you at all. She even doesn't know about your health condition. Have you forgotten who? I've been traveling around visiting famous doctors, for during the past 3 years I was abroad.
This is your last warning. Don't try to pull any stunts. Even if I don't treat this illness, I won't let you off the hook.
So what if you got seriously hurt for her? I don't think your little wife seems to care much, huh? Samuel Mason, is it really worth it to give so much for someone who doesn't love you?
You don't need to know that. Just know this. From now on, if she loses a single hair, I'll make you disappear completely. Thaddeus, escorting guests out.
Please.
Get lost. Samuel Mason. I'll show you who really cares about you.
Boss, this is the burn cream that Mrs. Mason sent over. Wow, it really is a burn.
Well, what do you think? And where's she? Why didn't she come over herself?
Mrs. Mason.
Oh, I see.
Samuel, you're here.
Pamela, wow, you're really a master of time management, huh? Hey, you just celebrated your anniversary with me last night, and today you're all over someone else? So, you really think I'm not here, huh?
Samuel Mason, don't try to put your dirty little games with Cheryl Webb on me. Not everyone is as sleazy as you two.
Sleazy? How about you? Don't forget, you're still my wife. You'll have to keep it to yourself, even if it kills you.
You're the one who's really good at flirting around, not me. Right now, I just want to focus on my work and not be part of your guys' dating game.
Hey, I see you two are really heating up fast. Mind telling me where things are at between you?
If Mr. Fu really wants to know, how about I record it for you tonight? Move out of the way. I gotta get to work.
Jeffrey, I didn't really expect you to be so interested in the shoes I've worn.
Hey, I only have professional interaction with Pamela. You're being a bit too harsh on her, don't you think?
Excessive? Too far? Jeffrey, you're a smart one. So stay away from her. If I catch you doing anything that harms the Mason family, don't blame me for not recognizing family ties.
What do you need from me?
Mrs. Mason, here's a termination of employment agreement. Could you please sign it and then hand over your work before you leave?
Pamela Singh, what do you mean? I haven't made any major mistakes, so why should I leave?
Just because I'm the president of the Mason Group, I can make you leave if I want to. Who dares to keep you here?
How can a president be so dishonest? This is how you set an example for your employees.
So you really want to be with Jeffrey Mason, huh? He's really not as simple as he looks on the surface.
At least he's not as capricious and unpredictable as you.
If you promise to stay away from him, I'll let bygones be bygones with everything that's happened in the past.
All right. As long as you agree to the divorce, I'll quit my job right away.
Pamela Singh, you keep negotiating with me over and over again. Everything you eat, wear, and use belongs to me. Without the title of Mrs. Mason, you're nobody. You better think this through.
It's just money, right? Here's part of the breach of contract compensation. Please count it and issue a receipt.
Boss, the total amount of living expenses you gave lady for these 3 years is $360 million. Most of it hasn't been touched, except for the $50 million that was regularly transferred to a certain account.
$50 million?
What? Mr. Mason suspects me again of transferring money to some other man?
Do you think I'm curious about your private life?
Besides, Mrs. Mason also invested in a financial management project.
Just tell me, how much she lost?
She didn't just break even. She's already made $500 million.
What?
500 million? Once the commission from the MG collaboration comes in, I'll make up for the rest. Well, I wish you gets what you wants. Goodbye.
Was it Jeffrey Mason's crappy idea? He really doesn't have any good intentions. You damn woman, you don't understand anything at all.
If you want she to change her mind, I have another way.
I didn't expect you to be somewhat useful. Grandpa, I have something to tell you.
I'm about to get a divorce from Samuel Mason, and logically speaking, I should be happy, but why can't I feel joyful at all?
Pamela? What's wrong with you? Did you fight with my brother again?
Nothing, Jeffrey. Did you need something from me?
If you're sad, just cry it out. Or how about we have a drink together?
Why does he always happen to be around me? It can't be a coincidence every time, right? No thanks. I have an appointment with a friend. I'm gonna go ahead.
Uh-huh.
How come? You're also into this bitch.
Miss Webb, Pamela Singh is my sister-in-law. I was just trying to advise her. Is that a problem?
Jeffrey Mason, you know what your intentions are for getting close to her. We're more alike than you think. Why don't you work with me to get rid of that bitch?
I didn't expect you to think of me like that.
As long as we get rid of that bitch, you'll still have a share in the Mason family's business. Otherwise, with Mason G. Hang's abilities, you'll never have a chance to move up in the Mason family.
Miss Webb, you're joking. With great power comes great responsibility. With my brother's protection, I can live comfortably and easily.
Jeffrey Mason, don't talk about doing it for the sake of the Mason family. You're the scariest kind of person, a smiling tiger.
Grandpa, why did you suddenly call me? Did he find out about the divorce? Hi, Grandpa.
Pamela. Hey, tomorrow's Grandpa's birthday, and there's a family dinner in the evening. Are you two free?
Didn't your birthday fall next month, Grandpa?
Grandpa made a last-minute decision to celebrate by the lunar calendar this year.
Lunar calendar? It shouldn't be tomorrow either.
Oh, come on. How could I forget my own birthday? You and Samuel, be sure to come early.
Turns out Grandpa doesn't know yet. How am I supposed to tell him? We're about to get a divorce. Grandpa? I and Samuel.
All right, I gotta go. Grandpa has some things to attend to here. Remember, you and Samuel come early.
Samuel Mason? You're up to your tricks again, huh?
What's up?
Samuel Mason, did you have something to do with Grandpa's early birthday celebration? Let me tell you, we're getting a divorce, and I'm not going to Grandpa's birthday banquet. You're going to have to explain it to him yourself.
Hey, stop right there. Sorry, I can't do that. How could I possibly disturb his happiness on such a joyous occasion?
You're shameless.
Grandpa really dotes on you, his favorite granddaughter-in-law. On such a joyous occasion, you wouldn't want him to be unhappy, right?
Where are you headed?
Of course I'm going to pick out a birthday gift. You don't want to go empty-handed, do you?
Damn. Samuel Mason. Who would have thought, after 3 years of marriage, this would be the second time me and Samuel Mason are going shopping together.
Sir, madam, you both have such great taste. You look fantastic in this outfit.
Samuel, how does it look?
Wrap it up and put it on my tab. I have something urgent to attend to, so I'll be taking my leave now.
Hey. Samuel, are you just that unwilling to spend time with me?
What are you thinking about? I have something to attend to, so you go ahead and shop by yourself for a bit.
What am I even expecting? You've always been like this. Never considering my feelings.
Hi there, miss. What can I get for you today?
Oh, I can just look around by myself. Thank you.
Pamela Singh. What are you doing here?
Oh, it's you again, the country bumpkin. What a bad luck. If you hadn't married my eldest brother, you probably wouldn't have had the chance to shop in a place like this in your entire life. Are you keeping quiet because you're not convinced? Look at you from head to toe, wearing all these off-brand clothes. How can you compare to our Cheryl? If you begged my brother for some pocket money, you wouldn't have to dress so poorly.
Hey, you can't say that. I don't really care about material things. As long as Samuel treats me well, that's all that matters. Miss Singh, feel free to pick whatever you like. I'll get it for you as a gift.
I gave all my money back to Samuel Mason before, so I'm really out of cash to buy anything.
Why are you leaving? It's okay if my eldest brother doesn't buy you anything. Just beg us, and maybe Cheryl and I can give you something. It's not a big deal.
Is she really Mrs. Mason? How come she can't even afford a bag? That costs a few $100,000.
What kind of Mrs. Mason is she? This woman is just a low-class substitute, and she doesn't even know her place, trying to take the real Mrs. Mason's spot.
Really? I heard that Mr. Mason and Miss Webb were childhood sweethearts and almost got married, but something happened and it didn't work out. Turns out this bitch interfered and ruined it. She's really shameless.
Looks like the real Mrs. Mason is here.
Isn't that the heart of Sierra Leone? I've only seen it on the news. I heard that Mr. Mason bought it for a whopping $200 million.
Mr. Mason is really generous to Miss Webb. $200 million? He just gave it away like that. Looks like they're the real lovebirds. This woman doesn't even have any jewelry. She's probably not even a second choice.
She's still clinging to, the position of Mrs. Mason. Come on. If it were me, I'd find a hole to hide in already.
Well. Samuel Mason is chasing me down for $10 billion in compensation. He's so doting on Cheryl Webb. In the end, I'm just a joke.
Pamela Singh, now you know for sure, don't you? Who he really loves. Isn't it obvious enough? You've been just a replacement, from the start to the end, while I was away. He was just playing around with you.
Miss Webb, I don't care about what you're so concerned about. If you really like picking up the trash, I don't want... You can just squat outside my door more often.
You.
Pamela. Didn't I tell you to wait for me at the door?
Jeffrey, why you are there?
Everyone, Pamela is my wife. Of course, she can sit firmly in the position of Mrs. Mason.
Jeffrey Mason, are you crazy? Saying things like this just to defend this bitch?
Jeffrey, you're not really into her, are you?
Jeffrey Mason, what are you even talking about?
I'm just trying to save your face here. Let me help you out this time. Everyone, our family matters. Don't need your concern. Pamela, let's go.
If Big Brother finds out, he'll think whatever he wants.
I know what I'm doing.
Samuel, you see what kind of woman she really is now, don't you? She's not worth your kindness at all.
Boss. Hey, wasn't that necklace the one you gave to Mrs. Mason? Why is it with Miss Webb now?
Where did you get this necklace?
This was Mom's gift for Cheryl.
Samuel, is this gift for me? You're so sweet. I'm going to put it on right now. Samuel, although it's a bit tight, it's okay. I love it. Let's go. Samuel, I think I can't stand up. Jeffrey Mason, well done. It's been a pleasure working with you.
Pamela, you don't look too good. Do you need me to take you back?
No thanks. I'll go back by myself. I still have to attend my grandpa's birthday banquet.
Well, Since I'm going that way too, just hop in my car.
Samuel, my foot seems to be swollen. How am I going to accompany you to Grandpa's birthday banquet later?
Here's some medicine. Apply it yourself.
Hey, can you help me apply it? It's kind of awkward for me to do it myself with this dress on.
Let's drive.
Jeffrey, let's go inside.
Oh, Grandpa.
Grandpa.
Hey, you're here. Wow, what brings you here? I don't think I invited you, did I?
Grandpa, I just wanted to show my filial piety too. With so many people here, give me some face, okay?
Hey, where's Samuel? Why isn't he with you?
Samuel, he had some work to do at the company, so he asked me to come over first.
Pamela, follow me, please. Grandpa wants to have a word with you. Pamela, how have you been with Samuel recently?
I and Samuel.
You and Samuel have been married for 3 years now, and you still don't know about his past, do you? Actually, he's had a tough life. Wow, back then, when his mother was seriously ill, that really quickly took the opportunity to climb into Samuel's dad's bed and got pregnant. Really quickly. When his mom found out, she was so angry that she actually bled from the mouth. And shortly after that, she passed away.
But he's never mentioned any of this to me before.
After that, Samuel's personality changed a lot. He hated his father so much that when his father died, in a car accident later on, he didn't shed a single tear. Oh, Grandpa's getting old. But Grandpa can tell that Samuel really cares about you. If there are any misunderstandings between you, just talk to each other more. You can make things right, you know.
Grandpa, thank you for telling me all this. I'll really think about it.
Okay. Let's go.
Samuel, you've had a lot to drink already. Let's not have any more.
Mind your own business. Don't think I don't know what you're up to. Don't even dream of comparing her to you. She's much purer than you.
Samuel, this is a magic potion I got from overseas. Once you drink it, we'll have an amazing night. Don't blame me for using this method to get you. It's your fault for always thinking about that bitch, Pamela Singh. Samuel. 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 You've had too much to drink. Let me help you back to rest. Come on.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. Why did the boss drink so much? Miss Webb, let me help him. Here, Miss Webb, let me take care of him.
Oh no, no. I got it.
It's okay, it's okay. Let me do it.
Let me do it.
No, I got this. Come on. Let me help the boss. I got it.
Oh, just let the servants help him. Come, have a drink with me.
Hey, wait a minute. I have something to say.
Let's go. Oh, come on. Let's go.
Oh.
Slow down. Oops, no. No, it's not this one. It's not this one. It's okay. Come on, huh? Slow down, slow down. Take it easy. Hey, come.
Hey, hi there. I lost my room key and I need to get a replacement. My room number is 9999. Cheryl, excuse me. I need to talk to her for a minute. Cheryl, my big brother is in this room. Good luck to you. Auntie Chu.
What could be so urgent that Jeffrey Mason called me over at this hour? Who are you? Keep this up and I'm calling the police. Samuel?
You're mine and only mine.
Wow, it's you? Hey, snap out of it.
What's going on here? Is this the room key? What are you doing? I told you to call Pamela Singh and have her come find you, didn't I?
Don't throw your tantrum here, Miss High and Mighty. Our top priority now is to solve this problem quickly.
Maybe. Samuel has already cooked his goose with that bitch. What can we do now?
Since that's the case, let's follow this matter through to the end.
How come it's you?
Samuel, you had too much to drink last night, so I came to find you. And then you just...
Even if I drank a lot last night, I couldn't have been so drunk that I lost all my senses. Did you dare drug me? Did you dare drug me?
Samuel, do I really look that bad in your eyes?
Cheryl Webb? Even if you drugged me and somehow managed to cure my illness, I still wouldn't be with you. Don't even think about it for anything else, besides helping your Webb family.
Why? In what way am I inferior to Pamela Singh? Why are you so devoted to her? Okay. Just imagine the look on your face if you saw your beloved Pamela Singh hooking up with your younger brother. It would be quite a sight, wouldn't it?
Wow, Jeffrey Mason? How come it's you? I thought it was Samuel Mason last night.
I'm sorry, Pamela. I couldn't hold myself last night.
You beast. I'll just pretend last night was an accident. From now on, let's not see each other again unless it's for work.
Has it come to this point already? Are you still kidding yourself?
Don't say my name. It's gross.
I'll take responsibility for what happened. How about you divorce Samuel and be with me?
Jeffrey Mason, do you think of me as some lowly toy that you and your brother can play with and exchange as you please?
I didn't mean it that way. All right. If you don't want to make this relationship public, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Get out. Get out.
Let's put the company stuff aside for a couple of days. No need to rush.
I'm in a rush right now. All I want to do is focus on my work and stay away from all of you people. Let me go.
Samuel?
What are you guys doing here?
Samuel Mason?
Samuel! It's my fault. Don't be mad at Pamela.
Pamela? Who do you think you are to call her that? Who gave you the right?
Samuel Mason? Samuel Mason? Samuel Mason? Let me go.
What's going on with you? You're still married and already sleeping with him. You're so eager, huh?
Well, what about you? You must have had a great night with Miss Webb. Why are you questioning me?
Tell me, how was your last night? You said you'd play me the recording, didn't you? Did he satisfy you? What? Do you want me to bring over 10 or 8 male models for you to choose from?
Samuel Mason, neither of us is innocent here. The more you put me down, the worse your taste looks. And if you can't accept being cheated on, then hurry up and go handle the divorce papers with me so I can have some peace. This doesn't seem right. This order should be reviewed and confirmed by us. Why is the MG Corporation taking full supervision over it directly? No, I need to go ask about this.
Have you confirmed your side? I've already moved on to the final step here. As long as Samuel Mason signs the contract, we've achieved our goal.
Hey, Skylar, I just sent you a contract. Can you check it out now and see if there are any issues? Right away. Hey.
Pamela, I took a closer look at the agreement. On the surface, it looks fine, but actually, there are hidden tricks. If we go ahead with the plan, the company will not only gain nothing, but also face double the penalty. And there's even a chance that Samuel Mason could lose control of the company.
Are you sure you didn't read it wrong?
You don't trust my professional skills, huh? Why didn't you go over these important documents carefully before signing them?
All right, I got it. Thanks, Skylar. All the files went through Jeffrey Mason, so of course he wouldn't scrutinize them properly. This whole project was a setup by him. Samuel Mason, Jeffrey Mason.
I don't want to get involved in your business with him.
There's something fishy about the MG Group's collaboration. We can't sign this contract. Just take a look and you'll see what I mean.
Didn't you feel super confident about landing this order before? Why are you saying all this now? Are you afraid? You won't be able to complete the task, so you want to wrap things up early. To spend time with Jeffrey, huh?
Samuel Mason, you're crazy.
Yeah, I'm crazy, all right? It's hard not to be when my wife is hooking up with my younger brother. I didn't even put much effort in. What do you mean? Stop pretending. Couldn't it be that you got too carried away with Jeffrey Mason and wore yourself out? You're such a woman who can't get enough, huh? So, was it on some specific day with her? How did you get this scar?
Mr. Mason, do you really need to dig into such personal matters? After all, you're the president of the Masons Group. You should really stop eavesdropping.
Don't you think what happened that night was a bit odd?
I don't think so. You've already signed the divorce agreement. We'll be divorced. In 30 days. See you at the Civil Affairs Bureau.
Thaddeus?
Yes, boss?
Go check out who that woman was who entered the hotel that night.
Okay.
Finally, this crappy marriage is coming to an end.
So, you finally come to your senses, huh? If you change your mind now, we can still...
What do you mean? Come to my senses. I clearly made an appointment to meet at the Civil Affairs Bureau at 9 this morning. Look at the time now. Hello.
Samuel, hurry up and come over. Grandma Lee fainted at the orphanage.
Don't be scared, Nora. I will be there right away.
Who is she?
Boss, Mrs. Mason might have had to leave early. Let me call her and ask.
Sorry, the number you dialed isn't picking up right now.
Boss, which one do you want to hear first? The good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
I've been trying to call she, but her phone keeps going straight to voicemail.
Pamela Singh, you're really treating me like a fool, huh? What about the good news?
The good news is, you two aren't getting divorced anymore.
Isn't this good news?
What do you mean, this isn't good news?
Oh wait, yeah, it is.
Hey boss. The orphanage called again, saying that Director Lee's been hospitalized. Our donation this time has to be postponed.
We should go visit her.
Pamela,
What wrong?
I know my condition well. Don't waste your money. Save it for the kids at the orphanage.
Lee, don't say that. You'll definitely get better.
Pamela, there's something that's been bothering me.
What is it?
There's a Mr. Mason who's been supporting our orphanage. He's looking for someone, but we really can't remember who it is. Pamela, do you remember this?
Isn't this me when I was a kid? How come you have this picture?
I knew it. The girl who helped me before was you. I've been looking for you for so long.
Samuel Mason, saying this now doesn't really matter anymore. We're already divorced.
You still care about Cheryl Webb, don't you? Pamela, I told you before, there's never been anything between us. From the beginning to the end, the only person I've cared about is you. I just didn't expect that. The girl who helped me before was actually you.
Pamela, Mr. Mason, he did come looking for me with the photo many times, but my old eyes were so blurry that I didn't recognize you. It's all my fault. It's all on me.
Didn't you promise me that we'd be friends for life?
Oh, Mrs. Mason, I can't even watch this anymore. Our boss has done so much for you. Just forgive him, okay? Boss, please take Mrs. Mason home quickly.
Come home with me.
Director Lee, you rest now.
Hurry up and go.
Pamela, I remember every anniversary of our wedding. And I've prepared a gift for you with all my heart. But you never noticed it. You said you like amusement parks. So I bought the Dream Kingdom in the north of the city, hoping we could go together someday. You said you've never worn a wedding dress. So I hired a top designer from overseas to create a handmade, custom-made wedding dress just for you. Do you still remember that big candy ring you loved to wear when you were a kid? You gave it to me then, and now I'm giving you a real one in return.
Why have you never said it before?
All that doesn't matter. What's important is that the person I've always loved is you. Stay with me, and let's start over.
Could it be? You left me again?
Why did you run out without wearing shoes? Wait here. It's cold on the ground. You don't want to catch a cold. That's a lot to take.
Madam, this is specially made for you by Mr. Mason. It takes 2 hours to get the soup done.
Be my guest.
Okay. Wow, it tastes so good.
Really? Let me try. I forgot to add any salt. Does it taste good?
This is the first time you've made soup for me. It's good no matter what.
Then why do you look so blue? Didn't you sleep well?
Nope. It just seems everything's like a dream. I didn't expect that. You would do these for me.
Do you like it? If so, I'll make it for you every day. Now let's have some salt. Be right back.
I want to ask it long before. You said that there is a bad woman bullying you in the orphanage. What happened?
After my mom died, Father was too busy with work to look after me. Since then, it's my nanny taking care of me. I found out later that she was arranged by Shirley. The nanny had a special fetish for children.
You hands off me!
Your mom died. You little bush. Don't you dare fight back. If you resist again, no more food will you never have.
So the bullying? Did you mean?
After it happened, she absconded home. By the time my dad found her, she had committed suicide. But she left me with the shadow of my childhood. As a result, I still can't have substantive contact with women now.
It's okay. They're all in the past. I'll be there for you forever. Who's there?
Oh, my big brother. My big brother.
What brings you here?
Samuel, Cheryl is carrying your baby. Of course, we've got to tell you the good news.
You are about to be a father. Why are you still so careless? I won't know that the Mason family is going to have an heir if Cheryl keeps it shut.
Samuel, would you prefer a boy or a girl?
Samuel Mason. Didn't you tell me that? You cannot stay close to a woman? How can there be child? What do you want me to do?
Pamela, let me explain.
The facts are already in front of us. What else do you want to say?
I wouldn't want that kid. You better get abortion.
Samuel, don't forget your illness. Are you sure you can still control the Mason group after losing this child?
Don't take the illness as something. I will only choose Pamela. No matter what.
Samuel, don't you take your grandpa's feelings into consideration. A child of your own is what he really wants.
Samuel Mason. Between she and me, make your choice. Samuel Mason. Between she and me, make your choice.
Pamela, give me some time. I'll take care of it all.
Samuel Mason. All you've done is just for an heir to help you get control of the Mason group. Now you've got a wife and a baby. Take good care of them.
Samuel, doctor says the baby is healthy. It won't take long before the baby comes to us. About his name, what do you want to pick?
Save it for later.
Boss, I've arranged it well about what you told. You may come and see.
Good. Got it.
Who's calling?
Thaddeus booked us a movie. Let's go and enjoy.
Why not? This is the first time you ever take me to a movie.
Shall we?
Samuel, how come no one's here? You reserve a whole block?
Of course. This is the movie, prepared just for you.
Samuel, you're so good to me.
How's the movie? What a great show. Look at your face. You can be nominated to be the actress queen.
When did you find out?
Cheryl Webb. Jeffrey and you thought you were doing seamlessly. In others' opinions, it's full of loopholes.
You are shameless. Shut it down.
The best is yet to come.
Boss, I've checked the securities turnover records. One of them is from Ms. Webb. The amount is $150,000. 150 grand. I couldn't make it for half my life. You can have it within 1 day, right?
You drugged me that night, trying to get on my bed. You didn't expect that. Pamela got into my room by mistake. Then you played your trick. You wrongly thought we make it. Am I right?
So what? Samuel Mason, if it were not me, how could you possibly have a chance to spend the night with Pamela? At the end of the day, you should be grateful to me.
Mr. Mason, I destroyed surveillance data, just as Miss Webb told me to. I have no idea about anything else.
Send him to the police. Dispose of him in accordance with the law.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mason! Mr. Mason! Mr. Mason!
Hand over the prescription. I can still save faces for you and Jeffrey Mason, or else what you did will be the headlines of all the company's newspaper. You have 10 seconds.
Samuel Mason, you're such an unkind man.
5 seconds left.
In my purse. When will the video be destroyed?
Not now. The medicine, you'll have to try it first, and I'll have it when it's secure, until I'm fully cured. Before that, you have no chance getting rid of me. Wait. About before, I'm all clear. The prescription to heal me is owned by Cheryl. Besides, at that night, it was you who's with me. But later, Cheryl replaced you with herself. She's not carrying my child.
So what? You're here to say that you played with me under no conscience, and you're disappointed that I was not Cheryl Webb.
I'm here to say that I have nothing to do with her.
Samuel Mason, it's over between us. Leave me alone. I don't want to see you anymore.
You're not menstruating irregularly. You're pregnant for 2 months. This is followed by a more severe morning sickness reaction. Take good care of yourself.
My child, Mom feels so sorry. You're still unborn. There won't be a dad by your side.
Meet me at my house. Look how terrible you are. It's not long since we last met.
Save it. Anything important? It was the same night. How come she can get pregnant while I cannot? You were not that good either.
Who knows if you're messing around abroad, so you're not good enough? What's the point of arguing? If you got the time, you better think about how to deal with that baby. Do you really want Pamela to give birth to that baby, to see them three as a happy family?
What else can I do? Absolutely, I want them dead. Samuel Mason, Pamela Singh, you two son of butch. You brought down our Webb family. You made my life to shet-tet. Take your time. I will send the three of you to the hell for reunion.
Cheryl Webb, don't you disappointed me again.
Pamela, I'm cured. I can live a life as the normal couples. You always like children, don't you? Let's have a baby. If one is not enough, make it two. Give me a chance, please.
Let go of me.
Pamela Singh, go to hell with the botch in your belly.
Samuel. 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 Samuel, are you okay?
You're pregnant?
Don't say that now. Samuel. Samuel. Hello? Emergency? Come quick. Hang in there.
Mr. Mason.
Hold on, Samuel.
Hold on, Mr. Mason. Hang in there.
You are not allowed to come in. Family stay outside.
Thaddeus, Cheryl has been arrested. What next?
Inform the entire River City's business community. Block all the Webb family's properties. Here in the River City, I want them all disappeared. From now on, there'll be no Webb family anymore. Madam, Mr. Mason will be fine with no doubt.
Yeah.
Who's the family?
Here, I'm his wife.
The patient is out of danger now. He's fine, but he was stabbed somewhere crucial. Too much blood has been lost. Now he's in a coma. I'm not sure when he will wake up. Be prepared.
Oops, madam? Madam.
We were apart by then. Why did you save me? Samuel, you won't know it if I don't tell you. The reason I married to you was not because money. It's because you funded me. I wanted to requite your favor. So I said yes immediately. When you found me, you were jealous of Skylar Lynn. He doesn't into women, you know? What can happen between us? Samuel, you know that I'm pregnant now. We'll be a family of 3. Please wake up. The baby and I need you. How can you bear to leave us?
Lately, MG Conglomerate has declared that they'll terminate cooperation with the Mason Group will be liable for double default, up to $28 billion.
Attention, please. This board meeting is meant to discuss that. Who will be in charge of future meetings?
The old boss Mason is still alive. What if? Let him get back to us.
He's been out of office for years. He doesn't care about the company. Even if he's here, it doesn't help anyway.
Why not having the second young Mason take over? As Mr. Mason's younger brother, let him be the president in a time of crisis. This would be a solution.
The second young Mr. Mason? That can't happen. He doesn't have...
Excuse me, I'm late. My big brother has run the business for all these years. He's worked so hard for so long. Now he's ill. And I don't want the company to go down with him. So, from now on, the Mason Group will be taken over by myself. Young Mr. Mason, replacement of a new president requires the signature of the previous one. Since Mr. Mason's in hospital, there's no way to approve the process. Special circumstances require special solutions. The situation is critical. There's no time to wait for him to wake up before approving it.
Young Mr. Mason, as far as I know, you've been abroad for years, but you don't own any capital accumulation. Where's the money to save the Mason Group?
Since I'm confident in my position as president, I have the solutions of my own. Everyone here, no need to worry about me. Of course, any other questions? If nobody will have their word, I'll take it all approved. For me taking over the Mason Group from my older brother's hand to be the new president. So now,
I have a problem with that.
Pamela?
Who has approved Jeffrey Mason to be the new president? I, as Samuel Mason's legitimate wife. While he's out, I should take over all his powers.
Pamela, don't mess here. Even if you're my brother's wife, you're not authorized to exercise your rights within the company in his place. Just wait until I become the president of the Mason Group. You won't have to worry about him pushing you around anymore. So you can be with me, careless and freely.
Really? This is a power of attorney, written by Samuel Mason himself a month ago.
I, Samuel Mason, appoint Miss Pamela Singh as my legal representative during our marriage. If anything unexpected happened to me, causing me to lose my autonomy, then Miss Pamela Singh will represent me in all company matters, including, but not limited to, the signing of documents, participation in corporate decision-making, etc. This power of attorney has been notarized and is legally binding.
Now you may talk. Am I eligible to take over Samuel Mason's part?
The premise of this attorney seems to be your official marriage. But as I know that my brother and you has long been divorced, so this attorney has lost its effectiveness.
Mr. Mason and Ms. Singh just signed a divorce agreement. They didn't register the divorce, so in a legal sense, they're still married.
Pamela, stay out of this company business. It's not like you can solve this kind of problem. You can give birth to my brother's child. I'll make sure he's fed. How's that sound?
That's so kind of you. What's your conditions?
You transfer all the shares to me. All the problems will be solved nicely. You don't want my brother's business to be ruined just like this.
Right. It's the best choice to give it to younger Mr. Mason.
I'm all for it.
Madam, the matter has come to this, in the Masons' favor. You better say yes.
What if I say no?
Do you want the Mason Group to be destroyed? Now the group is thousands of millions dollars in debt. You're just a woman. How can you deal with it?
Piece of cake. Because the Mason Group doesn't need to pay liquidated damages. The contract is invalid.
Does the contract listen to you? That's MG Group working with us. Even if he comes to negotiate in person, the penalty fee may not be reduced. Who do you think you are?
This guy you're conspiring with. His name is Jerry, right? Unfortunately, a week ago, he was fired by the MG Consortium and has been investigated for tax purposes. He's charged with embezzlement.
Impossible. Who the hell are you? The MG Group won't change their mind because of you.
If you don't buy it, make a call.
Hello? Why did MG give up on making the Mason Group pay the penalty?
Mr. Mason, Jerry's been caught. All previous agreements he made with you as project leader are null and void. New project manager and shareholders reworked the deal with the Mason Group.
New head? I want names.
We've never heard before. All I know is that that's the greatest trader in Wynn Street. MG paid a fortune to get her here. Oh, right, I can recall that. Her name is Pamela Singh.
She used to be a nameless assistant here. How come she becomes the manager of MG?
Is Ms. Singh the wife of Mr. Mason? When did she work in MG?
She's also the best trader on Wynn Street. I have never heard that before.
Jeffrey Mason, believe it or not, this is all set. You're trying so hard to set this up. Wanted to take it all from Samuel while he's not here. I won't let your dream come true.
What did you know? It's just a temporary solution. When I become the president of the Mason Group, I will only lead the group to a bigger stage.
That's really something. My dear younger brother. That's really something. My dear younger brother.
Samuel, why are you here?
Seems like my dear brother is so eager to solve my own problems. It's just that your methods are not very honorable.
You're fine now?
Disappointed?
How come? We are family. Of course I want you to be safe and sound.
Stop faking anymore. I don't have the time to give you a brotherly love act. Thaddeus.
Have you all done as told? This time, I want him to be dead.
Don't worry, my second Mr. Mason. I already destroyed the brakes and airbags last night. As long as the old Mason get into the car, your wishes will come true. It's just that he's your father. Do you really want to do this to him?
I wanted to see him as my father, but he favors Samuel in everything. As long as he's alive, I'll never get the chance to be in charge.
Jeffrey Mason, I can't believe you'd do such an outrageous thing.
I've been friends with your father for years. He kept saying you're smart and capable. He wanted you to take over the company. I can't believe it. It's you who murdered him.
Fight for power, Jeffrey Mason, but even willing to murder his own father. The Mason Group cannot be taken over by him.
No wonder he chooses to be here now. I'm afraid he's been planning for Samuel to be injured, and he wants to take advantage to seize power. Well, how dare you?
What the hell do you guys know? We're both father's sons. Why only him could be in charge of Mason Group while I have to on my own abroad? Why it's only him could be fostered as an heir while I have no positions and am always inferior to him?
Father was never partial to us. I'm older than you. I'd be in charge for a couple of years. After you come back, Father will let us be in the power together. Even that etiquette class you hated so much. That's prepared for you after you join us. But you will never get it.
Well, ha. Impossible. He's not a man like that. That's not his word.
It's too late now. Jeffrey Mason, pay for Father's life.
Mr. Mason, you're suspected of murdering your own father. You're breaking the law. Go with us.
Let go. Let me go.
Everyone, during this period, thanks for your care. Thanks for your care. Now the crisis is over. I've come back to the Mason Group. I'll never let my father down. And I'll lead us to a brighter future. Please rest assured. Thanks.
Mom, help me out. I don't want to die here. Mom, help me out. I don't want to die.
Jeffrey, don't worry. I'll never let them be happy.
Mom?
Samuel Mason, you're intolerable. I've let you off the hook so many times, but you're so unforgiving. Even send you own brother to jail.
Mom, I guess we should let go. He's not to be trifled with.
So you're gonna watch your brother to die? Can you bear with it?
You're the one who always wanted to mess with Samuel. I've warned you long before. He's not to be trifled with. Now, well. You made me have a hard time at the Masons.
Kenna, which side are you in? Did I raise you for nothing?
Mom, save me.
This time, I'll do it myself. I'll make sure that couple die a horrible death. Samuel Mason, Pamela Singh, none of you will escape. What? Ah!
Are you looking for boys or girls?
Girl.
How can be so sure it's a girl?
Because I like daughters? It would be much better if she looks like you.
So if it's a boy, you would not love him?
Of course I do. As long as it's our child. I love them both for girl or boy. I'll take all these rows.
Do we have to buy so much? What a waste.
No. For we don't know the sex. We need them all. For the rest, save them for our next baby.
Pack up this whole row. Will it be possible, Mr. Mason?
You'll take care of it, right?
Mr. Mason,
Right. Slow down. Watch the edge of those trousers. Sir, that's not how you wrap a nappy. You've wrapped your child into a dumpling. He won't catch any breath then.
One is enough.
Mr. Mason, Oops. I'm sorry. Excuse me, Mr. Mason, you need to sign on this file.
Why still bothering me? Didn't I already make you the president of the company?
Mr. Mason, wrong place. Sign here.
Don't come to me for nothing next time. Can't you see I'm learning to be a manny?
Well, isn't it said that marriage is the grave of love? I can just see that he's enjoying himself.
What?
Okay, I'm leaving.
Samuel Mason, who chose to leave me for 3 years. Now it's time for him to pay.